So, hello, Stacy. Thanks so much for joining me today to talk about language lessons for a living education. You have been using language lessons for a while. I want to hear about how many children, how what ages, what levels you used, and why you like it.
Okay, so I'm actually somewhat new to language lessons. So I actually, master books I've used for every subject except language arts. And so with my 8 year old, he was struggling through it. And my husband was like, oh, we got a couple of levels. So just kind of hang tight and see how it goes. Well, lo and behold, it was not going good. So I was like, you know what, we're going to go ahead and give master books a try because we use them for everything else. So I went ahead and it was right around the beginning of December, end of November. I had started using them, and we just kind of dove into where we were in the level for the lesson, where we were for the week in school we were in. So we kind of read over all the stories. He loves the stories. And it's actually going amazing. So, just in that short time, he's able to read words that he couldn't sound out before, which was the main struggle he was dealing with. He's remembering his grammar concepts that he's learning, and he's able to actually think. So, some of the questions, like for example, today we were looking at a picture study, and one of the questions, it was about a boy and a girl just sitting there looking out. And one of the questions I asked him, I said, what do you think they're thinking about? He says, I think they're thinking about God in the Bible. And it just shows that what a God centered curriculum can bring about in a child. Now, right now, that's my only one using it. I have two toddlers that are going to be coming up in it. One's using stepping stones, but they're going to be using it too.
Great. Great. Well, tell me again what level your son's using.
He's at level 2.
Level two. Okay. Well, I'm so excited to hear about how he progresses. I can't wait to read one of his future Psalms that he gets to write as one of the assignments. And so, is he enjoying scripture memory? Is that part of what he's doing in level two?
He is. We're doing First Corinthians 13, and he is loving it. He's got this knack for memorizing scripture, and I tell him all the time, I'm like, I'm a little jealous of that, honestly, because we'll go over memorizing it, and I'll remember bits and pieces of it. I have scripture all over my house to help me remember, but he just can remember it, and then a month or two can go by and I'll mention it to him or a scripture. And all I have to do is say like the first word if he forgets or tell him what it's about. And bam, it comes up. And I love
That's
that.
so good. That's so good. And I'm glad he's learning that along the way through language arts. Well, thank you for choosing language lessons for a living education for him. I'm so glad it turned out to be a really good move or switch to language lessons.
It has been a blessing. And he's using WowzaBrain along with it, which only enhances it even more.
Awesome. I'm so glad you brought that up because those work so well together. Which level of WowzaBrain is he using?
So let me tell you, he is actually ending level 1.
Hmm.
So I had actually got level 2, and I was like, this should be pretty easy for him. And he didn't pass the placement test for it. So I'm like, all right, let's go back to level 1. And he cried. He was like, I don't need level 1. I know this. And I'm like, let's just get through it really fast. And he really progressed through it, but he realized like for some of the sounds he was putting like the D sound, he would put like behind it. And so I'm like, let's just really focus on that. So we really focus just on that. And he's at the end, he's doing like the last game. I think that it's a couple of levels there. So he's going through that. But it has worked perfectly because just sounding out those, because he did learn some other concepts when we do language lessons. So, for example, this week we're doing silent sounds. So, like silent K for the word no. So I put on a note card, I'll put on words that use those concepts, and I'll have him start at one end of the room, and I'll show him the note card. And if he gets the word right, he'll hop to me. If he gets it wrong, he'll hop away from me. And then another day, I'll use that concept and create some more words, and I'll put them on a note card. And then I'll give him a fly swatter, and he'll swat the words as he reads them. And I'll say, okay, now do it faster this time, and he'll do it faster. So it's really fun to implement games and stuff. Language Lessons has so much great information in the front and back of those books that you can really take that course and expand it for all learning styles.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because many times people don't think to look at those sections, they just dive in. So it is important for people to read the beginning and the end and check all the things we put in there to help make it successful. Thank you so much, Stacey, for being a part of this interview. We're just excited to talk to you about Language Lessons and hear about your family's success, and we'll look forward to hearing about more.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Jen.